Check it out. Here we are hanging out in the basement. And happy Victoria Day, everybody. The perfect day to change your furnace air filter. And I'm going to be doing that in my basement. Okay, so here we are hanging out right by the furnace. It's not going because the weather's pretty good right now. And yeah, so I figured I always make it a habit to change my filter on my furnace, the air filter on the furnace every Victoria Day and Labor Day. So my thinking there is that you can have you're getting things ready for the summertime when your air conditioner is going and going and going. And then in the wintertime, Labor Day is getting ready for winter. And then you can do it when the furnace is going and going. So, hey, Dan, welcome to the show. So, all right. So, what do you got to do? It was funny because I was doing just a little bit of research, as I always do for these shows, and people make this out to be like so complicated. It's like, oh, you got to change it every 3 to 4 weeks, and you got to do this and you got to do that, and I'm like, what? I just take it out and I stick a new one in. So, anyways, but I figured today we're gonna do it live because like that's what I do. I procrastinate a little bit and I was like, oh, I should make a video about this. And then I just like, I'll just do it live and then I don't have to edit it and do anything. I had to fix up some lights around here. I can see a little bit of reflection off my glasses, but oh well, it's perfection is overrated. All right, so here we go. Yeah, and I would say I just do it like I said, Victoria Day and Labor Day, and that's in Canada. I guess in the States, you around when is it? Memorial Day's coming up, Patriot Day, something like that. And so you could do it around then, and then you might want to. I have had to change it, the air filter, the furnace air filter. A few times before. Say you're doing a bunch of drywall and you got a bunch of drywall dust blowing around, or if you ever have pets or anything like that, you might want to keep an eye on it a little bit more. But all right, let's get to it. Drum roll, please. And yeah, so we'll just the you can always find it right next to your furnace here. That's this little cardboard thingamajig, and we're just gonna pull that right out. Now the thing is, you probably now. I guess you got to get a replacement for it first, right? I did that the other day, and I always keep an extra one in stock. So because today's stores are all closed today, so if you're going to be doing and Labor Day, so if you're going to be doing that on a holiday, make sure you stock up. And I always get a bunch, like you get like four or something to last you a little while. And when you go, I'll take this out and I'll show you. Let's see how gross it is. Ooh, here we go. How dirty is my house? And you got to pull it nice and straight out. I'm crawling around on the ground here. Yeah. Generally, you don't force it too much unless you feel like ripping it like me. What's it stuck on? Yeah, that always happens. Well, once it's broken, right? So, I'm not putting this back in. Well, it's ripping on something. Okay. Here we go. That's weird. I don't know. Whoever installed that. Oh, a little bit of dust in there too. Okay, that's looking pretty dirty. Oh, pretty dusty too. So what size is it? You can see here it's 16 by 25 by 1. So 16 by 25 inches by 1 inch thick. Ew. That's going in the landfill. Let's get a nice new fresh one. Ah, much better. See how you can kind of see through that? So that's what it looks like when it's clean. Now, the type of filter that you want to buy. Oh, hey, Shecky. Now I always see generally for tools and stuff like that. I always say buy the best that you can afford, and that works for tools, cars, whatever you got. Now, usually what I do for things that if they're disposable, I'm throwing it out anyway, so I'm just going to get the cheapest crap around. So it's like these are just the cheapest. I've got another. I got more over here too. That's what I got to buy a pack of 3 of them. And I had this one left over from last year, so I got lots of backup there. It's just the cheapest ones I got over at Home Hardware, at the hardware store. They seem to do okay for me. And yeah, so when you're putting them in, you got to remember there's a little arrow here. and that's the airflow. So you're going to be your furnace here. It's taking in your whatever old air here, getting filtered, and then it goes into here. And then the reason you got a filter here is because underneath there's a blower motor, and that circulates all your air. So if you get this clogged up, or if you get a bunch of dirt coming through it, that can mess up the bearings on the motor. I've had this furnace now for, when did we get it? 8 or 9 years, about 9 years old now. And I've just been doing the cheapos. I think one year I went a whole year without changing it, and it looked a little gross when I took it out. But I don't know, still working after 9 years on the cheapies. So that's my theory on it. I'm not an expert, but it works for me for 9 years. And yeah, so there's a little arrow on there that says airflow. It's going to flow into here, get all heated up or cooled off, and then go through the top. And then this is your, I don't know, cold air return, or whatever you want to call that return. So we're just going to stick it in. And now, now the other one that I took out, it was kind of caught on something. So I don't want to mess this one up when I put it back in. You want to make sure that it's, oh, hey, wrench. And yeah, so we're going to put this in, and the whole key to, like, I don't care about destroying it when I pull it out, but I don't want to destroy it putting in. You don't want this to be all folded up or kinked or anything. You want a nice, pretty tight seal, as tight as you can get anyways on this. And then you're going to have, that's the way it's supposed to be. So if it gets stuck, I'm not going to force it. I'm going to fool around a bit, and let's see how we do here. Oh, is it going to go in nice? You shouldn't have to force it. Ooh, ooh. It's got to go all the way in too. Did it work? Ta-da! Piece of cake. All replaced. Good till Labor Day. All right, one thing done. Yeah, there we go. It ain't rocket science. Anyone can do it. Let's see how gross this one is here. What was it stuck on? We have a little damage over here. How bad is that? I don't know. It's the one side of it looks pretty dusty. The other side, not bad. Good enough for the summertime, anyways. Periodically checking it, and I don't know. You know what? This one here. Let's see if can we see light through this one? Not bad. You can still see my hand through it here. So I guess it's not too bad. I've seen some that are really gross, and I mean, some people don't even know that it's there, and they don't even change it, and they'll sit there for 10 years and burn out the motor and be like, "Hey, why did it burn out?" It's like, oh, I got to change that? Yes, you do. And on the superpilotish channel, you get to see it live, the very first time in history this has ever been done live. I guarantee it. Well, I can kind of guarantee it. I mean, who does this type of crap live other than the superpilotish channel? So there we go. And then so what else can I tell you here? Oh yeah, so this is going in the landfill. We'll support our good people at the landfill, all those green jobs at the landfill. And we'll put that over there. I got this old bag from Home Hardware. That's some other garbage in there. I usually keep this. I got my new replacements here. I'm going to throw this in here. And there we go. I'm just going to put this around the edge, right close, nice and close. There we go. That's around the edge. So now, if I want to replace it next year, they're right there, and away we go. So, okay, what else can I tell you about air filters? That's about it. 9 minutes. Okay. Any questions about air filters, guys? No. Oh, okay. You know what? Let's bring this back around to airplanes. Changing the inspecting and changing the air filter in your airplane is that's an important thing you got to do that at your annual inspection. There's different types of air filters for airplanes, and same with your car. There's different air filters for that too. So whether it's on your airplane or your car or your furnace, that filter is very important to change. And then okay, so Wrench is asking, does he see the studio behind me? Nope, this is actually The studio's over in the other corner there. We got what's that? You can see the washing machine. Got some soap on the table over my shoulder here. Dryer, garbage. And then what's this here? Oh, that's my freezer. Yeah. And I had to unplug the freezer though because it was making a bunch of noise, and so I got to remember to plug that back in. I don't want all my meat to melt and stuff like that. Yeah. And then I got some shoes, winter boots, and stuff like that stored for the summer. And there we go. Welcome to my basement. And I got some windows back there for good light. And yeah, that's about it. What else do we got? What else is interesting around here? Not too much. Okay, cool. And then yeah, so I guess just a short one here today because that's that. And thanks guys for showing up. We killed about 11 minutes of your day so far, so hopefully you were slightly entertained. Oh, let's do a little review here. Okay, so number one, I should have brought my whiteboard with me, but yeah, number one, what are we looking for? Buy a whole bunch of them, your filters before, and rubber boots. What's more talking about rubber boots? Oh yeah, we do have some rubber boots here. Oh man, they're all covered in cobwebs too. Okay, I'll get to the rubber boots that you see after this. Yeah, so check and make sure you got the right size and write that down or take a picture on your phone before you go to the hardware store. I always buy a bunch, stock up, and then I usually get the cheapest ones, replace them a couple times a year, maybe a little more if you got pets and stuff like that. Yeah, Google says change every 90 days. That's what they say. That's because of big air filter. It's a conspiracy. I don't know. It's been working fine for me, and I've been letting it slide. So it depends too on your. It probably depends too on your climate. If you're like this time of year, the furnace doesn't really run that much. The air conditioner doesn't run that much. So I don't know. Every 90 days. Well, Wrench the engineer says every 90 days, but I don't know. What do engineers know? They're just being way too safe. Hey, this works for me. You can do whatever you want, and there's a lot of variation in there. Okay, what do we got here? Oh, hey, Dan. All right, let's check out the boots. There's like all these spiders. I don't know if you can see all the spider webs here, man. That's pretty gross. Check these bad boys out, though. I do have some old rubber boots. There we go. I got those years ago. I always like the story of those rubber boots because so okay, what do we got here? I was reading the comments here too. I'll get to that too. Yeah, my boots got them. It was right from the co-op that was by some town that was right by Riding Mountain National Park in Manitoba. And because I was camping out there, and you get a pretty heavy dew on the grass in the morning, I was getting soakers and stuff. So it's like, I'm gonna buy some rubber boots. So these bad boys are probably, I don't know, about 20 years old. Yeah, probably about 20, a little over 20 years old. And I bring them camping or whatever I got to do. If I time things wrong and I got to be super muddy in the garden, well, out come the boots. So very happy with my Baffin rubber boots. And okay, what else we got here? Wrench is also saying never change cabin air filter on wife's car. PTA pain, pain in the butt. Yeah. Yeah. There. Oh, that's another thing too. If you got a car, do you have a cabin air filter in that? Some people don't know that they have one, and that has to get changed too. Especially that can make your air conditioner not work properly. It can make your defroster not work in the wintertime. And I know one guy I did an instructor rating with this one guy. And when you teach someone an instructor rating to teach someone how to fly, we usually start off with, okay, teach me how to do something not aviation related, just anything. So he taught me how to change the cabin air filter in his car. And because he was up, where is he? He went to Sioux College up in Sault Ste. Marie, where it can get down to minus 35 and stuff like that. It's pretty cold. and he didn't know why his heater wasn't working in his car. Typical, Southern Ontarian. And the mechanic just says, "Oh yeah, you got to change this filter." So he learned the hard way that not being able to see out his windshield when it got really cold, that you got to replace that too. So, and it can be a pain in the it can be a PTA changing those things. I changed one in my Volkswagen. They saw a YouTube video. Okay, that's I got to do that. Change it. And like, I don't know, some of these little tabs and plastic things, like no matter how careful you are, you'll end up like scraping your fingers and stuff. It's like every mechanic you see. Like, I mean, I don't think any mechanic can go to work without skinning a knuckle every day. I know when I was a machinist, you get cut every day as a machinist doing something, a little sharp burr on a piece of metal or something. You grab something. Oh, geez, get a chip in there, squeeze out some blood. you know, so you get either you get burnt or the hot chip comes down your shirt and you're like, ah. So as a machinist, you get damaged every day probably in a car mechanic too. And I bet you these guys that work on doing all the sheet metal in here, those guys got to slice themselves every day too. Oh well, that's why you get the big bucks. Okay, and yeah, Shecky concurs. So there we go. All right, so there's a little bit of random stuff, and yeah, make sure you got the right part for your furnace. Do it. Check it out if you want. If you are, have some backup, and don't force it like me. Like, it might be good if you're just kind of inspecting it. If you're pulling it out and if it rips like mine, that could be bad for you. But okay. That's right, Rich. Ream and ream. So, all right. So there we go. That's about it for today, guys. I'm getting my old knees are hurting from sitting like a pretzel. So here we go. Yeah, that's about it. First time. Congratulations, everybody. You made it to the very first time that an air filter on a furnace was changed live around the world, only on the superpilotish channel that is here Monday, Wednesday, Friday at noon Eastern. You guys are so lucky. Me too, for having you guys here. Okay, so thanks a lot. And oh, that's right, plug in the freezer will do, Shecky. And thanks for watching. Bye.